What is a wonder?
What is a wonder?
What's a wonder? What's a wonder?
So what's a wonder?
What's a wonder?
That is a question that I've heard probably more times than I could even count over the years. It is hard to explain what a wonder is. If you just look at a dictionary, as an English teacher would, a wonder just means something that's amazing or incredible or awesome. Sort of like a miracle. A wonder really simply is just a state of mind. A wonder is a spirit.
It's what others wish they could be.
It's understanding that Kelly Green unifies all races, colors, and creeds.
It's a spirit with grit, tradition, and pride.
A wonder is a curious person that thinks that all things can be happening. They surround themselves with other wonders. They're a good friend, and they've always got your back.
So when I think about what being a wonder is, I think back to a quote that I have kept with me since college, and it's by Audre Lorde. And Audre starts with, "When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, it becomes less and less important of whether I'm afraid." And when I think about all the things that encompass what being a wonder is, I think about that quote, and I think about how often we go out and we challenge ourselves. We do new things. We inspire. We aspire to become great things, better things. And when you're talking about being a wonder, it's not something that's always tangible. It can be a noun. It could be a verb. It can be an adjective. And just simply a wonder is just always what being great is about, and we just simply are.
Being a wonder means that you're part of a family that supports each other, a family that encourages each other to do better, and who helps each other in times of need. Being a wonder also means that you bleed green. You have pride in A.L. Brown High School and the community that you live in, and all of your actions show it.
I vaguely remember the first time I heard the term wonder. I was a 5th grade student at Shady Brook Elementary School, and Miss Bost, our substitute teacher for the day, was talking about how to behave. She told us that we were going to be wonders and that our actions needed to represent our community well. I never forgot her talking about that, but I also had this question of, what's a wonder? And that question might as well be on the frequently asked page of the A.L. Brown website, because everybody wants to know all the time, what's a wonder? It's unlocking the potential that lives within each of us.
A wonder is someone that never looks for the right time to do the wrong thing, and who realizes that there is never the wrong time to do the right thing.
It's knowing there's no place better than Memorial Stadium on cool fall nights, and that winning the Bell is just as big as winning a championship.
It's the family.
Para mí, ser un wonder es ser parte de una familia, parte de las tradiciones de nuestra comunidad. No es solo una cosa, es un sentimiento tan grande que no se puede explicar.
Being a wonder is all about you and us. We all have to stand for something. It's about being resilient when times are tough. This K means something. It's our brand. It's our identity. It's who we are. We have to defend this brand, and we have to support this brand. Everywhere I go, people know what this K means. It means that we are getting our very best. Our best effort, our best plan, and our best execution. It means we'll raise everyone up and leave no wonder behind.
A wonder is what I've been all of my life, and that's what I am and what I will always be to the day I die. And I think that's what Kannapolis is. It basically stands for a resilient group of people that achieve a lot regardless of the circumstances.
It's more than green and white. It's about knowing your potential and the commitment to see it through all the way to the end, no matter the obstacles.
I had no idea what a wonder was when I first got here last year. I got asked that question by everybody who knew that I came to work at A.L. Brown High School in Kannapolis. What's your mascot? It's a block K. What does that even mean? What is a wonder? I've learned over the last year that being a wonder is ineffable, and that's part of the beauty of it. Wonders are wise, optimistic, neighborly, driven, ethical, resilient.
When I think about Be a Wonder, I think about pride. Pride in our school, pride in our school system, pride in our community. But I think when I think about Be a Wonder, I focus more on individual people. If you take pride in the work that you do and take pride in your school, you'll always be successful. And that pride carries over into the community and into your friend groups. So this year, take pride in everything that you do and be a wonder.
It's a wonder to whatever you want it to be. And that's because when you're here, part of A.L. Brown, part of Kannapolis City Schools, you can be whatever you want to be. There are lots of great opportunities for our students here at Brown. You can take advantage of those opportunities and become whatever you want to be.
Maravillas de A.L. Brown. Somos luchadores, honorable, espectacular y orgullosos.
A wonder to me is something very concrete. It's the faces of our students, it's the faces of our staff in Kannapolis City Schools, it's the faces of the great people in the Kannapolis community. It's something very real to me. It's the relationships and the foundation of people loving people and loving their neighbors and supporting their neighbors and supporting this community and supporting this school over the years. So I really see it as something more concrete in that aspect. And when I think about another foundational piece outside of the relationships and the care for one another and the support for one another, I think about the traditions of not just A.L. Brown High School, but the traditions in the district.
A wonder is something unexpected that causes admiration or awe or fascination because it's unique or out of the ordinary. So to be a wonder, I think you have to have positive qualities that are noticed by others and make you stand out from the crowd.
The cool thing about being a wonder is that you can be anything you want to be. And everybody has their own ideas of what a wonder actually is. To me, I associate being a wonder with success. It's a fraternity. It's about being part of something bigger than yourself. As a wonder, you can achieve anything you set your mind to with the support of your family and your friends and this community here in Kannapolis.
Wonder is every student that's ever walked our halls. It's every teacher that puts their everything into helping those kids be their absolute best. It's every parent and family member that pours their heart and soul into raising those kids. It's every community member that supports us and has our back. So it's all of us.
My name is Alex Brandon. I'm a member of A.L. Brown's graduating class of 2011. And though my time at A.L. Brown has ended, I've always bled green and white, and I've always proudly called myself a wonder. And as such, people who haven't had the distinct pleasure of graduating from A.L. Brown have always asked me, what is a wonder? And honestly, I haven't had a good answer. I've always known that being a wonder is a certain frame of mind, but I couldn't put my finger on exactly what that meant until recently. My story starts in December 2018. I was in the prime of my life, as healthy and happy as I've ever been, and in January of 2019, planning to start a promising new career. When on Christmas Eve, after completing my holiday shopping, I decided to watch TV, and in doing so, a searing pain developed between my shoulders. And immediately I knew it was something different, something I never felt before, and something wasn't right. Over the course of the next 12 hours, the pain persisted. And steadily I began losing functions of all my body parts. I lost control of my arms, then my legs, inability to walk, everything from the neck down dissipated. Christmas morning, it was discovered that I'd suffered 4 spinal cord strokes, and the expectation was I would never move anything from the neck down. My parents were being taught how to care for a quadriplegic, and that would be the case for the rest of my life. At first, I couldn't process this. It just didn't seem real, it didn't seem right. That in the prime of my life, I could be cut down, never to move anything for the rest of my days. And about 3 days into it, it finally hit me, like a freight train. And I just sat that night looking to the sky because there wasn't much else I could do. I cried and thought about my options. It could have been minutes or hours, but eventually I narrowed it down to 2 options. I could wallow in self-pity. I could concede to this thing, let it beat me. And I could adopt a victimhood mentality and never take responsibility for anything for the rest of my life. Just be bitter and become a cancer to myself and to those around me. Or the other path wasn't as clear. All I knew was there was this mountain that stood in between me and this faint glimmer of hope that if things went right, if I was able to recover, that I may be able to get my life back. And this behemoth that stood between me and it was so tall I couldn't comprehend it. I didn't know what it was going to take, but I knew that all I could control is all I could control. And with no control of anything from the neck down, you have no more than your attitude. That's what I could work on. So at that point, I knew that if I was able to recover, or if I weren't, it wouldn't be because of a lack of effort. It would be because my body wouldn't recover. It was something out of my hands kept me from recovering. And the next day, I was able to move my shoulder. And I was so happy, I was thrilled that the doctors were already wrong. I could move my shoulder. And I knew that if nothing else, I'd be the best person in the universe at just moving a shoulder. So all I did the entire next day was move my shoulder habitually until I passed out from exhaustion. But it just felt great to have that back. And that's the way things continued to unfold. Days after, I would gain new parts of my body back, the other shoulder, my legs. And just moving forward, I was able to move every body part, every major muscle group, until I was able to take my first steps. And the journey hasn't always been that easy. There have been moments that have been demoralizing, terrifying, and it just seemed like I had no option but to give up because progress had seemed to stall. But as long as you persist, as long as you fight, hope's never gone. But with every day in this journey, there have been success and there's been failure. And it's what you choose to cling to that determines your outcome. In my case, seeing every major muscle group come back, being able to stand, being able to walk, and witnessing my entire community rising to my support have what powered me through this entire ordeal. And with that in mind, it's possible to witness the impossible become possible, the possible to become probable. And right now I'm working on making the probable become certainty. And I will not stop until I'm able to walk and I'm indiscernible from other 26-year-old men. So that brings back the question, what is a wonder? And honestly, I still don't know. But I do understand the mindset of what it means to be a wonder. To be a wonder means to be perseverant, to smile in the face of adversity, no matter how impossible or unfair a challenge may present itself to be. Because as long as you continue to fight, as long as you don't allow a challenge to defeat you, admit defeat, because only you can beat yourself. You can overcome anything. You're never defeated as long as you can fight. No matter how tall the mountain in your face, as long as you can just move a shoulder at it, you haven't lost.
Be a wonder.
Be a wonder.
Sea una maravilla.
Be a wonder.
Be a wonder. We are Kannapolis. We are wonders.
Be a wonder.